Just wanted to do a quick review of this Koios vacuum sealer that I got from Amazon for 65 bucks. And I've been vacuum sealing some stuff, and I'm actually pretty happy with it so far. Like, here's an example of something you can do with it. These are some hamburger patties that I vacuum packed, and not in the bags that came with it. So I've tested like other bags, and it looks like you can use those. It came with some big bags like this, just a sample pack of these and a few smaller bags, but I highly recommend getting some more bags because it just doesn't come with very many. But aside from the fact that you're gonna have to order bags, which is true whenever you buy one of these, I think this is a very nice machine. It's not fancy, but it ticks all the boxes, as they say on that one show. It does everything that I need it to do, and it's easy to use. It's got 3 buttons here, basically a setting for moist or dry items, a button which you can use to seal, if you just want to seal, and then a button you can use to vacuum and seal both. Now, I've been using this to pack up that meat and a couple of other things, and I noticed when I first used it that it sort of didn't work. Like, I was doing it wrong, and I'll show you what I was doing. But this does seem to have a feature where if it doesn't pull a decent vacuum, it doesn't seal, so it gives you a chance to do it again. And then when it does pull a good vacuum and you have hit this button, it obviously does seal and works very nicely. Now, it did come with a bag cutter, which is very cool, which is right there. You can just put it back in there. And that tool works very nicely. You just hook it on the edge of a bag like that. Run it through. And that way you can trim your bags to be the right size. Or you could even like cut this in half and make 2 bags out of it if you're doing some really small things. But one thing I found is it's hard to seal these up when you don't have about, I don't know, 3 inches, maybe a slice of cheese worth of space in the top. And then when you put the bag in, you have to go right up against those stops. And you don't go like over, and you've got to make sure that it isn't going in at a strange angle or something. So that's why I've got this plate here, because I was setting my items up on that plate so that this would line up and would go in there nicely. Aside from that, I did not find it too hard to use. Now, I did have a little bit of trouble with the first ones that I did, and I just wanted to show you that here. Like, you can see it's not a very good vacuum, but it still kind of works. Anyway, I'm going to redo this one just so you can see how it works. And this bag cutter is also really nice for opening these bags. But, so I'll put those burgers in that bag that I cut. Line this up with the stops there. And then all you have to do is click this down on both ends and hit this button. Once it thinks it's got enough vacuum, it seals for a minute, and then the light here will turn off, and it's done. So now you can see, like, that was a much better job. So that's basically what it does for burgers. Now, I also bought a lot of these cookies, and I wanted to see how it would work with these cookies. This is the exact amount of cookies that you need for a pie crust. I didn't really cut the bag at all. I'm just going to leave that much space in the top. Line it up with the stops there. And it doesn't matter if it crushes the cookies because I'm going to use them for a pie crust. You know, I actually could crush the cookies before vacuuming it. But yeah, that did a pretty good job. So those will keep for a little while at least, and I can use them to make a pie crust. I'm gonna try this again with them crushed up, and let's see what happens. Alright, with the cookies crushed up this time, let's give it a go. That seemed to work pretty well. And when you open this, the great thing about this is if there's enough space here in the top, you can cut right below the seal and you can just put your butter right in there and make your pie crust right in here and toss this out. But yeah, overall, pretty happy with this machine. It's pretty basic. It does have the storage spot for the cutter. But it does work. Works nicely for 65 bucks. As long as it lasts, that's a pretty good deal.